Greeting YouTube, the doctor is in. Dr. Urias Papers here coming at you with another commentary on Dungeons & Dragons. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, hit the like button. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave a question or a comment. All right, today it's another installment of the Doctor Spell Prognosis. Today we are reviewing the first level spell Command. I am giving this spell an A-. There are a few things that keep me from giving it an A. So let's go over it very quickly. It is a spell that is usable by clerics and paladins, and then a few of the cleric domains get it, and a few of the paladin domains get it as part of their kit, so they wouldn't have to necessarily take it. And then finally, the Fiend Warlock can also, the Fiend Warlock can also take the spell. So it is not necessarily usable by sorcerers and wizards, and that's one of the reasons why I'm not giving it just a straight-up A. The other reason I am not giving it a straight-up A is it only lasts a round. However, there is a caveat to that. So it takes one action, has a range of 60 feet, which is a great range. It only is a verbal component, which is great. It lasts a round, so I wish it lasted longer, or I wish at higher levels it lasted longer. It's a wisdom saving throw, so that is, the three worst saving throws for an opponent to make are intelligence, charisma, and wisdom. Wisdom is probably the one that most opponents have the highest in out of those three, but it's still a pretty bad one. Now it says damage effect is prone. That's not necessarily true. There's a bunch of different things. So you speak a one-word command to a creature you see within range. They must make a wisdom saving throw or follow the command on its next turn. So it doesn't do it right away. It does it on its next turn. And it does not affect undead. If it doesn't understand your language, or if your command is directly harmful to it. So that's the other thing. That's another reason why I don't give this a straight A, is because if it doesn't understand your language, you can't command it. All right. So some typical commands and their effects. You might issue a command other than the one described here. So there are other things that you can do, but it's got to be one word. If you do so, the DM determines how the target behaves. So there's a big open-ended outcome on this particular spell. If the target can't follow your command, the spell ends immediately. All right, so you can say approach. So on its turn, it will approach you, ending its turn if it moves within 5 feet of you. You can say drop whatever it's holding, and it'll end its turn immediately. That's really good. That's awesome. So you can just go, you're not getting a turn this turn, and whatever you were holding, whatever weapon you had, you're not going to have that anymore. You could say flee, and it spends its turn moving away from you by the fastest available means. That means it is going to use its move, and it's going to use its action to dash. Grovel, the target falls prone and ends its turn. So it's going to go prone, and then the rest of your party get around to just blast it. Halt, the target doesn't move and takes no actions. So it stops, or it doesn't take any moves, and it doesn't take any other actions. I like the one of the big reasons why I like the spell and I think it's so effective is because it's going to do a thing, and then it doesn't do anything else after that. So with the halt, flying creatures will move the minimum distance they need to move if they need to do that to stay in the air. Now you can cast this spell using higher level slots, and you affect one additional creature for each slot above first level. So 2 at third, 2 at second, 3 at third. But all the creatures have to be within 30 feet, and I'm going to assume that because you only say one word, they're all going to do that one thing. You can't affect all of them differently. So if you say grovel, all of them are going to grovel. If you say flee, all of them are going to flee. So I'm giving this an A-, but I'm not giving it a straight A because A, it only lasts for a round. B, it doesn't affect things that don't understand your language, and that's pretty much it for those. If it lasted longer, or you could upcast it to make it last longer instead of affecting more creatures, I probably would give it a better grade. But don't get me wrong, this is a fantastic spell. I take this almost every time I can because it is a showstopper. Making things fall prone and then allowing your companions to essentially get advantage for the rest of the turn is pretty awesome. All right, that's what I got for everybody today. I hope everybody enjoyed, and I will catch everybody later.